This is the 4GT, and the paint job alone costs $100,000. But that's not even close to being the most expensive paint color offered by a manufacturer.
So today, we're gonna look at the most expensive paint ever put on cars by manufacturers. And the cheapest one on the list is this. We're starting this video off with a total bargain, and it comes, of all places, from Ferrari, a company famously weird about the colors that go on their cars. When asked about pink cars in 2017, a Ferrari exec said, "It just doesn't fit into our whole ethos. To be honest, it's a brand rule. No pink, no Pokemon Ferraris." So it's weird that they offer a color as unique as this glossy green that they call Verde Lucido.
Yeah, so this is especially weird because Ferraris are really known for their Ferrari red.
Right, and green is like the opposite.
It's the other Christmas color.
That's right. But everyone's got a price, even Ferrari. And in 2017, this 488 Spider was offered for sale. The 488 came with bright green brake calipers and interior contrast stitching to go along with it. It also came with a price tag of nearly $27,000. Which is a lot of money. You can buy a brand new car for that.
You sure could. What do you think of this color, Job?
Oh, it is nice. I do like a nice bright green.
I love it. I think there should be more green cars out there. I think it's kind of like an underrepresented color. Everyone gets silver and black and white. All right, number 2 is a Koenigsegg, another manufacturer with 7-figure cars and 5-figure paint options. When the price is that high, it's kind of all the same anyway. What's an extra 20 grand?
You're spending $2 million on a car, 20 grand ain't nothing.
Chump change. In 2020, Koenigsegg opened the configurator for its $3 million Jesko. The configurator was password protected, but real estate investor Manny Kochman decided to share the back end of it with the rest of us on YouTube, and that was how we learned that 2 of the Jesko's candy paint options, Apple Red and Sweet Mandarin, can be had for $63,300. But it wasn't just the colors that drove up the price of the Jesko configurator. Pearl paints added $24,800, while metallics retailed for $13,900. Bargain, little bargain there. All right, let's check this thing. Here's the Apple. Oh, baby.
That's a nice red.
You just know that it's like deep.
It better be deep. It better be glossy.
It better
not be any orange peel. Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful red. $63,000 seems like a lot though.
Here's Sweet Mandarin. It's an orange. I'm not feeling this as much, even though I do love orange cars.
It's a little too gold for me.
Still though, these options are an absolute steal compared to the naked carbon body option we'll be talking about a little bit later.
And that brings us to our third most expensive paint job on this list, on this Porsche 918 Spider. Now we all remember the 918 Spider. It's an iconic plug-in supercar from 2013, and its mid-mounted V8 makes 608 horsepower. And dual electric motors gave it 279 more. Now, of course, Porsche only made 918 examples of the 918, and it started at nearly $1 million new. But $1 million was just the start. From there, you could add plenty of options, like a $20,000 918 Spider luggage set, or a $26,000 authentic leather interior. The 2 other expensive options were Porsche's liquid metal paints, which cost $63,000. This right here is one of them. This is liquid metal chrome blue.
I think this is the color to have if you're gonna get a 918.
Cool looking
If you're in the market for a 918, you better make sure it's this color right here.
Don't be an idiot. It's very Terminator-y. I'll take one.
One of each, please.
These exorbitant prices for paint kind of blow me away.
It's insane. I mean, is it because they're doing such a limited?
Oh, I think it's absolutely exclusivity tax. No, you want to get a 918, but you don't want to be mixed in with the rest of those schlubby 918 owners.
Right.
You want to step above a little.
Job, you've got some experience with painting cars.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, really, once you got the basics down and understood how to painting a car is just painting a car. Not that difficult.
Yeah, it's really not. But today's sponsor, Manscaped, is just getting started. Introducing the Beard Hedger, a premium beard sculpting marvel of precision. This cutting-edge zoom wheel gives you access to 20 different lengths, and it only uses one guard. It's cordless, waterproof, and has a rechargeable battery with a 60-minute runtime. But that's not all. Introducing the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Not only do you get the Beard Hedger, but you get beard shampoo, beard oil, beard conditioner, beard balm, and a free beard accessory pack. Plus, you'll get 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code DonutMedia at checkout. Elevate your grooming today. Thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video.
You know, that liquid chrome blue, whatever, it's not even the most expensive paint option Porsche offers, Job.
No, tell me more.
Porsche exclusive manufacture is Porsche's customization arm. And if you decide to go that route, you can find some really expensive paint options. One customized 911 Turbo S made big news in 2017 for having a Python green chroma flare paint job, excuse me.
It's a mouthful, but it's a cool name.
It's a beautiful green, of course, but it came at a mind-boggling $97,000.
Half the price of the car.
The $97,000 price tag came from a photo of the car's option sheet, and it wasn't officially confirmed by Porsche. But in 2021, Porsche broke down some of the prices for its famous paint to sample program, which Porsche said at the time was $22,000 for most models and $25,660 for 911 Turbo and GT models. So Job, if these paints are so much cheaper, why the hell did this paint job cost $97,000?
That is what I was wondering, but I guess, you know, it says they made one of these.
Right.
So if they're only making one of them, that's that exclusivity tax, take it to the next level.
All right, so this is like a lighter, more yellow, metallic green compared to the Ferrari Curse.
It's almost like it reminds me of neon puke. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
I do like it. I don't know if I like it as much as the Ferrari one, to be honest.
No, I would agree. Again, a little too much gold for me in it.
Yeah,
it just makes it look a little bit pukey to me, but it is a cool color. I bet it really pops in person.
Look, if you're out there watching this, I'm not dogging you, dude. You can come by and bring the car out and we'll hang out. But I guess I do like it.
And that brings us to this Ford GT right here that you might recognize from an old donut video. Vistachrome is a famous color-shifting bluish-purple paint that Ford offered on the 2004 Mustang SVT Cobra, and it's so rare and beloved that some people even tried to recreate it on their own. But as you may know, Nolan, money can buy a lot of things, including happiness, which looks just like a Ford GT in Vistachrome.
It sure does.
Now, Vistachrome wasn't available on the Ford GT, so that meant Ford would have to custom paint it in this famous color, and it wasn't going to be cheap. But to make things even more exclusive, Ford said that this would be the only GT they sprayed in their mystical Vistachrome, making this car literally one of a kind, and it cost $100,000.
Wow.
Ford offered to make it happen for $100 grand. The paint job itself was going to be $75,000, but then Ford offered Justin the option to make it exclusive, make it the only one they would ever do in that color, and that cost him $25,000 in exclusivity tax.
I don't even want to touch it.
I kind of do want to touch it.
I love the Vistachrome leather.
I know, that is a cool touch.
Do that?
This thing is hot. It's a hot car to begin with. This is one of the sexiest vehicles to ever hit the road, in my opinion.
Look at the way the windows like wrap around with the windshield like that.
Like when you saw a Mustang with this paint, you knew that dude was cool.
As a Mustang owner myself, I'm slightly envious of this car.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like a freaking Forza in here, dude. A few years ago, McLaren debuted the Speedtail, a $2 million supercar with a production cap of 106 units and purposely mismatched wheel designs front and rear. It's pretty interesting looking, aerodynamic. It's a long and elegant car with a top speed of 250 miles an hour, and on that car, McLaren offered a paint option made with crushed diamonds in it. The automaker also offered gold accessories for the car, including 18-karat McLaren badges, which McLaren said was a popular option among buyers. If gold wasn't right for some folks, Joe, McLaren also offered silver and platinum at unspecified to the public prices. This option came in at a whopping $130,000. You could buy a house, a mobile home.
You could buy a normal home in most of the country.
And if you think diamonds are a wild thing to put in car paint, just know that a few years ago, an Aston Martin Valkyrie owner said they planned to put moon dust in their car's paint.
Dude, I'll take that job. I'll just go get some dust from down the street, tell them I got the moon dust, charge them $1 million, boom.
Moonrock dust apparently costs more than $1 million, so that's cool. Wouldn't that be like cloudy and stuff?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would look good. If you wanted to put dust in a paint job, I would be like, what's wrong with you?
It's not like the moon is famously known for like being shiny.
Sparkly dust, yeah.
The Valkyrie owner wouldn't disclose where they got the lunar material, and it's unclear whether the paint job ever happened because they deleted their IG after saying they wanted to go on a social media cleanse. Limiting screen time is important, and I wish them well.
Up next, we've got another McLaren. McLaren's customization arm is called McLaren Special Operations, or MSO. And MSO does a lot of custom paint jobs, like this Speedtail with graphite gradients and stripes that took 12 weeks to complete. But like many custom options, we rarely get to hear what these MSO paint jobs cost. The base color of the car was black, and it had bright blue gradients glowing from its special parts, its cracks and its crevices. The job apparently took 260 hours, and while McLaren never said exactly what it cost, Car Scoops said that they were told it was worth somewhere in the region of 6 figures. So it could technically be up to $999,999.99. So we don't really exactly have a price. So I think we should just do a random number generator.
Let's do it.
Okay, what do you think it's gonna be? $208,811. That's great.
What a deal.
I think that kind of puts it right where we got it anyhow.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, all right, call it whatever you want. It's a 6-figure paint job.
Remember how we talked about that expensive naked carbon fiber Koenigsegg body?
I do.
Well, our next car is a naked carbon fiber Koenigsegg body. Not only does carbon fiber save weight, it also looks hella cool. And instead of traditional paint jobs, some supercar owners opted to show off their naked carbon fiber bodies. The thing about an exposed carbon fiber body is that it's super expensive, Job. In 2016, McLaren offered P1 owners the chance to swap their original body panels with bare carbon fiber ones for a scant fee of $305,000. Yeah. At Bugatti, the exposed carbon fiber option with a color tint is rumored to be $500,000. And on the Koenigsegg Jesko, the same car that offers a $64,000 candy paint exposed carbon will run you anywhere from $292,000 to $443,000, with all these prices being so high that it's kind of losing their meaning.
I'm being desensitized.
Yeah. For $292,000, you get a normal clear coat over that carbon. But come on, the most expensive option, the $443,000 one, is Koenigsegg's naked carbon, and here's how they describe it. Quote, the carbon fiber parts have their epoxy layer removed, and then they're polished to a raw carbon state, a very delicate process involving both sanding and polishing, which I think are kind of the same thing. The margin for error is extremely fine and can result in either a perfect high luster finish or ruined threads of exposed carbon fiber. There's a lot of risk with exposing yourself. All your flaws are right in the open for the whole mall to judge. So everything has to be perfect. But is perfection worth $443,000? That's up to the people with that much cash to decide.
Well, let's decide. Since we've got that much cash to spend, it seems sort of insane to me, but this is all kind of insane. So
it seems like a paint option that you have to see in person to truly appreciate.
Yeah.
It looks sweet, but it almost looks just like carbon with a semi-gloss over it.
Yeah, it's almost like a reverse paint option. They're removing the clear coat, basically, which, I don't know, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of weight savings, huh?
Yes. Koenigsegg is saying, hey, we're going to charge this much money because we don't want to have to do it more than once. And it's like another exclusivity thing. Makes it the car that much more unique.
Yeah.
Makes it that much more valuable as an investment, I assume.
But in Koenigsegg's defense, it's also sort of taking it to the nth degree, right? It's like, how much weight can we possibly shave off this thing? And if we're trying to get to that point, we got to scrape off the clear coat. The Bugatti Devo is a $6 million supercar based on the 1,500 horsepower Chiron, a car that has a lot of wild paint jobs itself, including this blue and orange zebra striped paint job whose price was not made public by Bugatti. Compared to the Chiron, the Devo has even better suspension, less weight, and added focus on aerodynamics. Bugatti only sold allocations for 40 Devos, and one was the famous Ladybug, a black and red car Bugatti said took 2 years to complete. The big challenge with the Ladybug was its pattern. The owner wanted their Devo to have a geometric pattern consisting of diamond shapes in a unique color contrast. And Bugatti said each time it tried to create the pattern, the diamonds got distorted. Ugh. I hate it when that happens.
We're saying diamonds a lot. They're not actually diamonds.
Yeah.
It's literally like the shapes on the car.
The designers had to modify each of the 1,600 diamonds individually to make sure they were right, since Bugatti said being a millimeter off ruined the visual effect. When the shapes were finally right, Bugatti workers had to place the 1,600 diamonds individually.
Okay, from that angle, it does look pretty cool. I mean, I kind of wish they did paint it with a brighter color than black diamonds. The effect kind of gets lost in these pictures.
Yeah, it looks like from like 20, 30, 40 feet, it just kind of looks like a red tinted
like a
black. Yeah. Also, the thing that sticks out the most to me is that they said it took them 2 years to figure out how to put a bunch of diamonds on a car. So according to the Stradman, who did an unboxing video of the Bugatti Ladybug, the paint job cost $1 million.
Well, this headline from CNET says Bugatti nearly quit painting this Devo Ladybug because it was so complicated.
When I was first reading this, I thought that the diamonds had to be real diamonds.
Yes.
There's already a paint job with actual crushed diamonds in here, and it's cheaper than this by a substantial margin.
I thought so too, but it's just.
So I thought maybe more diamonds.
Little squares that are stretched out a little bit.
Yep,
that's what a diamond is.
rotated.
That brings us to our most expensive paint job of the video. You made it. In 2017, we learned about a RollsRoyce Ghost with a diamond stardust finish. This particular Ghost gets its sparkle from 1,000 crushed diamonds, and Rolls-Royce spent 2 months figuring out how to apply the paint to achieve the best sparkle and make sure the diamonds didn't add any surface texture that could be felt by hand. In addition to the diamonds, Rolls added hand-painted stripes with a squirrel hair paintbrush. Rolls-Royce didn't say how much the paint job cost, which is typical, but Rolls is all about wild and expensive customizations like fuchsia dawn convertibles and flower embroidered phantoms decorated with 1,000,000 stitches. But back in 2017, the Ghost started at about $300,000. Add 1,000 diamonds to that and compare it to the $130,000 McLaren Speedtail diamonds, and the math says expensive.
All right, Nolan, I can't accept expensive as an answer for this, so we're gonna use ChatGPT to try to figure out how much roughly this paint job could cost.
All right, so I'm asking, how much would 1,000.25 carat diamonds cost? The estimated cost of 1,000 diamonds with a total weight of 2.5 carats would be approximately $9,375 to $31,250.
So that's not very much, but I guess then you have to develop a machine to crush the diamonds, because there's nothing harder than diamonds.
If I wanted to crush these diamonds, how would I go about doing that? It says, I'm sorry, I cannot provide guidance or instructions on activities that involve illegal or unethical actions, such as intentionally destroying valuable diamonds.
They're my diamonds!
What I would assume is that they're not using like pre-cut diamonds, because that'd be extremely wasteful. They're probably just buying the excess shavings that jewelers already have. When they're cutting these diamonds, that dust is collected and they probably just use that in the paint, right? That would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, I could get behind that. Yeah. So how much does this thing cost?
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
I don't know either. There's 1,000 diamonds in the paint job of this Rolls-Royce, so I'm gonna say that it probably cost $15 million.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video.
A huge shout out to Justin Choi for letting us come shoot in his cool garage with his awesome car.
Also, go to the Peterson Museum, one of my favorite places in LA.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Love the Peterson. Thanks to them.